Yo, what's up, Aries? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of May 2017. Aries, I'm posting daily astrology on my Facebook page every day, and I'm going to start announcing this every month because there's new listeners that are coming in and new viewers that are coming in every month. I'm getting new subscribers, so thank you for everybody who's subscribing to my channel. But I'm posting daily astrology on Facebook every day. My page is Gregory Furlan. So check it out. You can type Gregory Furlan in your Facebook search bar to locate my page, and make sure you give me a like when you're there. Now I'm going to jump into your forecast. This is for May 2017 for the sign of Aries. The sun's going to be in Taurus throughout the month of May 2017, Aries. And for you, Taurus, that's your second house. The second house has to do with the way you earn your money. So you're going to be very money oriented, focused on your money throughout the month of May 2017, Aries. You're not doing something for your health. You have a very show me the money type attitude. There's going to be a big focus on material possessions, and this is going to last all the way up until when the sun shifts into Gemini on May 20th. So once the sun shifts into Gemini on May 20th, then the focus is going to change. It's going to be more about communication in your life, more writing, texting, speaking, emails, more exchange of information. If you have to do a job interview or go on a sales or do a sales pitch, then following May 20th, or do a presentation or of some sort, following May 20th is when you're going to want to do it. But those are the main themes for you, Aries, for the month of May 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological influences that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat on May 3rd, Mercury, the planet of communication, finally moving direct in your sign. What a relief. It's been retrograding in your sign for a little bit now, and it's probably caused some some problems with communication a little bit there, like you having a difficult time talking about yourself potentially. So now it moves forward on May 3rd. That's very relieving. You're going to be able to communicate about yourself with confidence now, and you're going to be more eloquent when you're communicating about yourself. And this is a great thing, Aries, because you probably had a little bit of trouble getting your message across before then, and this influence is going to last all the way up until May 15th. So Mercury will be in your sign. You'll have plenty of time to communicate about yourself the way you want to from May 3rd all the way up until May 15th. Also on May 3rd, the sun is in Taurus. Taurus, your second house of your money situation, making a positive angle to Neptune, which is in Pisces. Pisces, that's your 12th house of secrets and things that are private and hidden. And this could resonate differently for all of you Aries, but some of you Aries could potentially be having some sort of closed door conversation on May 3rd, and it has to do with how you earn your money potentially. So, potentially some of you Aries know somebody in your life who can help you with your career, and you may be having a closed door conversation with this person or a private interaction with this person, and this person could definitely help you with your career, Aries. So think about how that applies to your life individually. On May 5th, the sun is in Taurus, and it's making an angle to Jupiter that suggests a change of direction. And Jupiter is a really big planet, so this could be like a really big change of direction that you're considering, Aries. So, Jupiter's in Libra, and Libra's that's your seventh house. That's to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. So this is going to resonate differently for different Aries. For some Aries, potentially, like if you're an Aries that's happy and coupled up on May 5th, you may be thinking about what adjustments can I make within my existing relationship to make it even better. Also on May 5th, when the sun makes this aspect to Jupiter, if you're single, it has to do with the change of direction. So you may think about maybe initially you wanted to be with one person, but now you're thinking like, okay, I've been pursuing that person, but it's not really working out so well, or I don't know if I'm really attracted to him anymore or whatever. Now all of a sudden you may be thinking about how you want to be with somebody else. So potentially there might be somebody else coming in who you got your eye on now. Potentially there's going to be a change of direction of who you want to be with if you're single. So maybe you're going to start pursuing somebody else on May 5th when the Taurus, or when the sun makes this aspect to Jupiter. If you're in a relationship that is shaky or on the rocks or just not going so well, this aspect could potentially see you being like, I don't know if I'm really happy with the person I'm with anymore, and now I'm going to think about pursuing who I want to be with. So, some of you Aries could potentially be like, I don't know, I'm going to maybe say see you later to the person I'm with and go after the person I want. On May 10th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is in your sign. It's making what's called a conjunction to Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, also in your sign. So this is going to happen early in the morning on May 10th, and Mercury and Uranus are aligning directly in your sign. And, Mercury is the planet of communication, and Uranus is the planet of the unexpected. So this could potentially see you communicating something unexpectedly, and you could really catch somebody off guard, Aries. And this is actually a good day to surprise somebody with something. Like, obviously we want to have positive surprises. So if you can think of any positive way to surprise someone that'll put a smile on their face on May 10th, this is definitely a great aspect for this. But it definitely has something to do with you communicating something about yourself on May 10th that could be quite a surprise to others. Also on May 10th, there's a full moon in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is your 8th house. That's to do primarily with your sex life, and that happens closer to the early evening. But following the full moon in Scorpio on May 10th, potentially something could come to fruition in your sex life, or it could have to do with a shared resource situation. So if you are if you are an Aries that's coupled up, potentially some kind of, if you're happily coupled, potentially some kind of development that's, maybe some kind of positive development occurring with you and your significant other. If you are an Aries that's single, then, following this full moon on May 10th, the full moon in Scorpio, this is your area that has to do with your sex life. Potentially somebody coming into your situation who, maybe it's going to start out as like, maybe just sex in the beginning, but eventually it could be somebody, where things could get more serious, and, eventually down the line, maybe this is someone who you're going to end up partnering your resources with down the line. Now, if you are an Aries that's coupled up, but the situation is not so great, you're on the relationship's potentially on the rocks. This could see, I hate to say this, Aries, but maybe a split potentially between you and the person that you share your resources. I hate to say that, but if that's the case, then that just means somebody else who's better, who's meant to be with you, is going to come in down the line. On May 12th, Mars is in Gemini, and Mars is the planet of sex, and Gemini is the area that has to do with communication. It's making a positive angle to Jupiter in Libra. Once again, Libra is your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. I mean, whatever your status is relationship-wise, you're in a relationship, you're not, well, if you're in a relationship, this is definitely going to see you saying something pretty, you will have the ability to say something pretty sexy if you want to your significant other. If you're single, say something flirty to somebody that you're attracted to. On May 14th, Mercury, the planet of communication, in your sign, it's making a positive angle to the North Node in Leo. Leo's your area of romance, so this says a lot about where you're going romantically, Aries. So on May 14th, this could be you talking about, this is where I'm going romantically. So, if you're happily coupled up, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm happily coupled up. I love who I'm with. If you're single, you're going to be like, this is who I have my eye on romantically. If you are in a relationship that's shaky or not so great, then you're going to be like, well, this is the direction I'm headed romantically, and it's definitely a positive thing. So on May 19th, Saturn is in Sagittarius and is making a positive angle to Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, in your sign. This could see, some of you could be jet setting right around. Not all of you are going to go to a faraway place. It doesn't necessarily mean all of you are, but some of you potentially right around May 19th. Some of you are just maybe recently got back from a faraway place. Maybe you're currently in a faraway place. Maybe you're going to a faraway place soon, and this could be an unexpected development that occurs with this. Or there could be somebody involved in your life who's potentially a spiritual figure, and there may be something unexpected coming up about that. Also on May 19th, Venus, the planet of love, makes an opposition to Jupiter. Venus is in your sign. It's on the other end of the sky of where Jupiter is. Jupiter is in your area of relationship. So, this is going to be Venus on this end and Jupiter on this end, so they're making it an exact opposition to each other. So there might be some challenges regarding relationship and romance on the 19th of May for you, Aries. And I wouldn't take it too seriously. I mean, Venus is, a pretty soft planet. It's a pretty happy planet. And Jupiter is, jovial. The positive qualities of Jupiter are jovial. So, if there is any tension, it could be resolved by Venus's diplomacy and, the positive vibes that come from Jupiter. So you may have a little bit of trouble or some sort of disconnect regarding, romance on May 19th. I think more, this has to do more with maybe you you really want to just focus on yourself, maybe potentially on May 19th, and there may be somebody in your relationship situation that might be demanding your attention, and there might be a little bit of a disconnect there, but I don't really think it's anything that's too big of a deal. On May 25th, there's a new moon in Gemini. Gemini is your third house of communication. The 6 months that follow the new moon on the 25th of May, basically all this new stuff is going to start entering your life in the 6 months that follow May 26th or May 25th, and it has to do with communication. So when I had a new moon in my sign in this area, the one year was when I started, jumping on YouTube and posting stuff, astrology videos. So, think about how that's going to apply to your life, Aries. What can you do? Like maybe you're going to jump on YouTube and start making your own video doing something, or, for you Aries that are already, I'm not saying like, obviously there's many Aries who aren't, but for you Aries that actually are in TV, film, radio, media, anything like that, you could see some positive developments coming up in the 6 months that follow May 25th. Some of you are going to be buying a car potentially in the 6 months that follow May 25th, or thinking about buying one potentially. Some of you are going to be taking more long distance trips in the 6 months that follow May, or excuse me, not long distance trips. This is Gemini is the third house. This more has to do with short distance trips. So maybe you're going to be taking more short distance trips in the 6 months that follow May 25th, and there may be more interactions with your siblings in the 6 months that may follow May 25th. But I think that's all I have for you this month, Aries. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram as Gregory Furlan Official. I'm on Facebook as Gregory Furlan, posting daily astrology. Thank you very much. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.